Absolutely. Extraction of net profits, of labor, of clean air, and quality of life when ambulances have to actually ride on the sidewalk to get to their residents. This can no longer continue. So with that, we want to close. I look forward to hearing the comments of everyone in the hearing, and look forward to talking to our colleagues more about how we can do better for all of New York City and lean into this climate challenge that we have, quite frankly. We can do better as a city. We will do better as a city. And we want to plug in, and we want to make sure that our working waterfront remains as such and is the cleanest it can be, because it is shared with community members. So thank you so much. Thank you, Councilmember Bontra. Yes, we'll have questions.
Councilmember, I have a couple questions for you. EDC recently gave cruise ships 11 years to be fully equipped for shore power. What do you make of that timeline? We're looking at California. They've been requiring these things since the late 2000s. Why can't we get it done here?
That's $1 million question that we've been pushing the EDC on. I think here is another classic example of why these agreements haven't included our community, and the knowledge that not only has it been happening around the United States, it's happening around the world. Ports, Venice banned cruise ships, and they saw an 80% reduction in emissions. We can do this here. We should be doing this here. We should be prioritizing our health and wellness first. And Manhattan is in a different situation than Brooklyn is. We have electrification that works sometimes, not really, not for the past 5 years. We don't mandate plug-in. There's a giant loophole there that needs to be, Manhattan should have it, the residents of Manhattan. New York City is a small geography. This affects all New Yorkers. And everyone needs to understand that 34,000 trucks idling per hour adjacent to your home across the highway, you are impacted, deeply impacted by this industry.
What do you make of the efforts to mitigate the traffic that comes in, like with MSC, have they been effective at all?
Those mitigation efforts came as a result of our community members raging around the problems. They were not planned beforehand, and that's unacceptable. Our city has to plan properly for these kinds of activities to make sure that things work, that people are safe. So part of this legislation is to mandate true mitigation plans and implementation with community input. Having people come from another part of the city to try to direct traffic in Red Hook is nonsensical. We actually saw that happening. So this mandates community input and ensuring a mitigation plan and planning generally.
And it's the first proposal of its type in the country. And is there data on how much ship traffic has increased in Red Hook specifically in recent years?
Yes. So I don't know if it's the first in the country. Many ports have electrified and mandated and have done well. So while our Brooklyn terminal electrification was the first in the East Coast, the truth of the matter is we were the first, and then we kind of fell behind because the electrification wasn't actually working the whole time. So the traffic mitigation. Yeah. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Kiki Valentine-Rakowski. On the matter of traffic mitigation, standing behind me are community members who met with the EDC on a weekly basis to address the crisis, and ambulances are still driving on sidewalks. There are crashes regularly. The marked increase was found in an independent study paid for by EDC, and it is the Rapid Traffic Assessment. And in that assessment, it was found that at peak, Red Hook, which has a two-way road coming off of Hamilton Avenue and mostly rideshare and personal vehicles, seeing an increase of 500 cars per hour. Our buses we are in a community with 2 buses and a ferry, so when you don't have the ability to drive on a road, economic development doesn't occur because people can't get in to spend money. people can't leave to go to work, and emergency vehicles, and we have a rehab that has an increase in ambulance traffic every day. That also endangers the public. So,
Can I speak to, you asked about whether there's laws like this around the country. In California, they've been doing this for like 10, 15 years. Like shipping companies get fined if they don't connect to shore power. It is mandated, it is required, and it's part of the law in California. And just also to your point about this being the first shore power system on the East Coast. East Coast is way behind the West Coast. West Coast has been doing it for a long time, again, a decade or more. Miami is just committed to shore power for 3 ships at a time in the port of Miami. They will be ready to take ships this year. Their commitment came a couple of years ago. We've been waiting 21 years for this to happen here in New York, and so it can definitely be done. The Navy's been using shore power for 50 years. It's not a new technology. We're way behind the times here. Sorry.
Can you name and spelling, please? Your name?
Oh, my name's Adam Armstrong, ADAM ARMSTRONG.
And you represent?
I'm
He's our expert.
ex-Red Hook resident.
Adam's lobbying 20 years ago
brought the shore power.
brought the shore power.
I-
Educated the city government on what it means to
This is why we got what we got. Last question, because we have to go into our hearing. No?
If you can, briefly, because we got here late, we apologize, this is Channel 4. Can you summarize in 30 seconds what is the main issue here?
Sure.
The statement and the bill?
Sure. We are here around Intro 4, which is Our Air, Our Water Act, asking to mandate the use of shore power for cruise industries, and also asking for a traffic mitigation plan when they are at port that is done in consultation with the communities. There are 2 communities that host cruise terminals, and that is Brooklyn, the Brooklyn Marine Terminal, and also Manhattan. And this is co-sponsored Councilmember Botcher. And so we are here asking for shore power that works, mandating shore power, and ensuring that we do traffic mitigation when these large ships come in to our communities, to ensure that our community is involved in the benefit and the economic benefits and outputs, and not just receiving enormous sums of fossil fuel carbon dioxide. We've got to do electrification for climate.
Thank you so much.
Sorry.
Thank you. Thank you.
These are the experts. If you want to talk to any of them,
Yeah, you should talk to Adam, but it should also
Yeah.
be said that specifically in Red Hook, Brooklyn, NYCHA has 3 times the rate of asthma as the rest of the city, and 40%, almost half of our community has asthma, and our cancer rates are on the rise. So there is correlation, and data through our air quality monitors and through people getting sick is able to be gathered.
I'm sorry, just your name spelling.
Kiki Valentine Rakowski, and I can give it to you.
Thank you.
I gotta run. Thank you
Thank you,
so
thank
much.
you.
Thank you so
Good luck.
much.